You are not stressed out. You are untested. When a bridge collapses in a storm, we don't blame the wind. We blame the engineering who never tested it. One rude email ruined your morning. One change of plan throw you off. You are not exhausted from the work. You are exhausted from your own reaction to it. In engineering, a system that have never been stressed is a liability. And right now, you do not know your own breaking point. By the end of this video, you will have the HALT protocol, the same stress testing methodology we use on weapon system and the defense industry. You're gonna go from fragile to mission capable. Let me tell you where I have learned this. When I was working at Raytheon, I worked on a phalanx weapon system. If you have never seen a Navy ship, it's that white R2-D2 looking gun mounted on the deck. It is the last line of defense against incoming missile. When everything else fails, that's what stands between the ship and total destruction. This thing fired 20mm tungsten round at 4,500 rounds per minute. The physics of that are insane. The vibration is so violent that even if one internal screw isn't perfectly secure, the gun would literally shake itself apart before it can hit the target. So, here's what we did. We didn't just build it and hope for the best. We didn't cross our fingers and pray it would work in combat. Instead, we took every component, every circuit board, every connection, and we put them on what we call the shaker table. We froze them to -40 degrees. We fried them at over 100 degrees. We shook them violently until something broke. And when a part fell in the lab, we celebrated. Yes, that sounds crazy, right? Why would you celebrate failure? Well, because it's much better to find a weak point in the safety of the lab than have the system fail when a supersonic missile is incoming and lives are on the lines. We wanted things to break in testing because that's how we found a flaw. That's how we knew what to fix. Now, think about your life. You are avoiding the shaker table. You are doing everything you can to stay comfortable, safe, and warm. You have optimized your entire existence around avoiding discomfort. And because of this, you have never voluntarily stressed your system, never tested yourself. You are falling apart the moment real life put pressure on you. The moment something unexpected happened, the moment someone is rude or plan change or things get hard, you have never been on the shaker table. And that's exactly why you are breaking. We're going to reverse engineering your resilience. We're going to apply the HALT methodology to your actual life. And I want to be clear, this is not about torturing yourself. This is not about being miserable for the sake of it. This is about calibration, finding out where your limits actually are so that you can expand them. Here are the 4 tests. H is for thermal shock. In the lab, we rapidly cycle parts between freezing cold and extreme heat. We're testing whatever the solder joints, the connections that hold everything together, crack under the expansion and contraction. This is called thermal shock. Your nervous system has solder joint too. They're the connection between your willpower and your actions, between I should do this and actually doing it. And right now, your joints are weak because you live in a perfectly climate-controlled existence. Your apartment is always between 68 and 72 degrees. You are never too hot, never too cold. You have optimized away all physical discomfort, which means the moment you experience any discomfort, your system freaks out. It thinks, oh my God, something is wrong. It thinks you're in danger. You need to thermal shock your system to prove to yourself that you are more durable than what you think. Here's the tactic. You are teaching your nervous system that uncomfortable does not mean unsafe. They're not the same thing. Here are the actions. 1. the cold shower. Yes, it's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. 3 minutes, fully cold. When you gasp and your brain start panicking, that's the test. You stand there. You control your breathing. You do not get out. You are not in danger. You are just uncomfortable. And you're proving to your nervous system that you can handle it. 2. The fast. Go 16 to 18 hours without eating. The hunger pang you feel, that's not starvation. You're not dying. That's a system check. Your body is asking, are we okay? And you get to answer, yes, we are fine. We're just hungry. 3. The ruck. Now put 20 to 30 pounds in a backpack and go for a long walk. Feel the weight. Feel your shoulder burn. But keep walking anyways. When you do these things consistently, something shifts. You start to realize, I'm cold, but I'm fine. I'm hungry, but I'm still functioning. This is hard, but I can handle it. You are now hardening the solder joint. You are proving to yourself that discomfort isn't the end of the world. Next is vibration testing. In the lab, we test whether a unit can handle constant noise and shaking without losing the signal, without falling apart. If there's a loose screw and the vibration will destroy the machine over time, it would rattle itself to death. Here's the reality. The world is a noise machine. Social media is noise. The news is noise. Your boss, traffic, that group chat that never stops buzzing is all vibration, constant shaking. And if you react to every notification, every rude comment, every email, every piece of bad news immediately, you have loose screw. You are rattling. You are amplifying the vibration instead of dampening it. Think about the last time someone said something that pissed you off. How long did you think about it? How many times did you replay it in your head? How many angry texts did you type and delete it? That's a loose screw, rattling around, making the vibration worse. Here's the action, the 5-second override. When you feel that spike of anger or frustration, that red status moment where you want to react immediately, you hold the line. You do not speak, you do not type, you do not hit send. But instead, you wait 5 seconds. You take a deep breath. You tighten the screw. Process the data first. Respond second. An engineered system damping vibration. It doesn't amplify it. If you snap back instantly, you're just making the noise louder. You're shaking yourself apart. Learn to absorb the vibration instead of passing it on. The power cycling. In testing, we turn the power on and off rapidly. We call this power cycling. We need to know if the system can shut down and reboot correctly without corrupting the data, without losing everything. Here's the question. Can you function without the constant power of external stimulation? Most of you are running on constant voltage of input. Podcasts in the car, music while you work, TikTok while you eat, Netflix while you fall asleep, and YouTube while you're in the bathroom. You never power down. You never sit in silence. You are terrified of being alone in your own thoughts. And because of that, you cannot reboot cleanly. When the stimulation stops, you feel anxious. You feel like something's wrong. You immediately reach for your phone. But here's the action. In the military, a SCIF is a sensitive compartmental information facility. It is a secure room where no phone, no electronics are allowed. Total information blackout. I want you to build a SCIF in your life. And all it takes is 15 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no podcast, no books, just total, complete silence. Sit in a chair and just be. Stare at the wall if you have to. If you cannot sit alone and silent for 15 minutes without reaching for your phone, without feeling like you're going to crawl out of your own skin, your operating system is corrupted. You are unable to reboot cleanly. Fix the glitch. Sit and silent until the noise in your head settle, until you can be alone with yourself without panicking. That's the test. Finally, we have destructive analysis. Sometime in testing, we push something until it breaks on purpose. We want to find the latent defect, the hidden flaw that only shows up under maximum pressure. The weakness that was there all along but nobody could see. Here's the problem. You expect the world to be fair. You expect your plan to work, and when they don't, you feel betrayed. You get emotional. You think, why is this happening to me? An engineer doesn't think that way. When something breaks, an engineer thinks, interesting. The system fell at 5,000 psi. Now I know the limit. Now I have the data. It's not personal. It's not unfair. It's just information. The action. The morning threat assessment. Every single morning, before you start your day, assume 3 things will go wrong. 1. Traffic will be worse than expected. 2. A meeting will run long or get rescheduled. 3. Someone will be incompetent or difficult. Just assume it. Build it into your expectation. Now, when your boss snaps at you, when the tires get flat, when the Wi-Fi crashes during your presentation, you don't spiral. You don't get emotional. You don't waste energy asking why me. You simply think, latent defect identify, executing contingency. You treat the bad day as a data point, not a personal attack, not evidence that the universe hates you, just data. That's how an engineering thinks, and that's how resilient people operate. Now, I don't want you to just watch this video and feel motivated. Motivation is a loose screw. It rattles away the moment things get hard. I want you to actually test the material. I want you to stress the system. Now pick one test today. Just one. Take a cold shower. Thermal shock. Skip a meal and notice you're fine. Put your phone in another room for 2 hours. Power cycle. When someone annoys you, wait 5 seconds before responding. Vibration dampening. Do not go to sleep tonight until you have put yourself on a shaker table in some way. Now here's the truth nobody wants you to hear. You cannot pray for an easy life. You cannot wish for a calm sea. The ocean doesn't care about your prayers. The only thing you can control is how strong your ship is, how well it's been tested, how ready you are for the storm. So stop asking the world to be easier. Start training yourself to handle it when it is hard. That's how you survive. That's how you win at life. Not by avoiding the test, but by passing it. Now, I want to know who's actually putting this into practice. Comment tested below if you're applying the load today. If you're stepping onto the shaker table instead of running from it. I want to see who's becoming mission capable. And if this video gave you a new way to think about stress and resilient, if you needed this framework, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. We are building a community of people who are done being fragile and ready to become unbreakable. Your support helped this reach someone else who's struggling, and there's a lot of us out there who need to hear this. Test the material, trust the process. Force strong and thrive on, my friends.